Oh, nothing like going into the new year and tasting that fresh Hearts of Iron 4 mod. Kind of tastes like tears and sweat. Hello, my gravy Timmies, and welcome back to Age of Imperialism. You may remember that I played this a little while back, I think on the beta version of the mod, where I played Germany. And if you don't know what Age of Imperialism is, well done. Your brain isn't the Wikipedia for Hearts of Iron 4 mods. Essentially, Age of Imperialism is a world where World War I just didn't kick up. Everything stayed simmered. That's not to say that some conflicts didn't happen. I'm not too sure exactly which ones kicked off, but I feel like the Ottomans not existing may have been a bit of a conflict. I also know that the French and the Germans still went to war, and the French looks like they didn't do too well. Yeah. So yes, imperialism is still in fashion. We're loving it. We're wearing ridiculous clothes, importing very much a lot of spice, and also oppressing the natives, like the territory of Tibet. It's a very interesting looking flag there, Tibet. So yeah, I want to play quite a few nations in this mod. It's got my interest a lot, and I did very much enjoy the German game I played last time, which means today I'm playing the UK. So there are quite a few focus trees in the game already. A lot for you to check out if you were to get into the mod today, which is good. It's always nice to have a mod that has come out with a lot of flavor. Back in the day, we settled for nothing. Back in my day, little Timmy, we were lucky if the mods that came out even let you declare war on people. With no World War I, the British Empire is flourishing. Everything is going fine. Nothing bad has happened. And we're actually just doing really well. First things first, we're going down our focus tree over here in the Imperial budget, where we're going to go ahead and please do not pipe bomb me. Oh, well, just another day in France, really. Just looking through a few of my political ministers here. a lot of familiar faces here. Well, that's young Stalin. I don't think I need to explain who that is. That one kind of makes sense. That one is a dog. I'm gonna pick the dog, even though it's not what I need. I mean, come on, all right. We didn't have World War I, all right. We're just messing around, really. We're not taking this thing seriously. You can definitely imagine a world where the British didn't go through World War I, where they just got so complacent with their position of global power that they would just appoint a dog as a major military figure. But Archbishop Viscount II, Lord Admiral of the Seas, Senor Borkington, deserves a place on this council. I'm a little bit raving mad. Things aren't going too well. As the Empire may be in a bit of a economic slump. It's okay, with our stiff upper lip and that British can-do attitude, we can pull through anything, can't we, Viscount Borkington? Oh. Well, I think we may need a better accountant. We're gonna need a better accountant. Right, boy, the Liberal Party and their free trade policies have somehow managed to win the election, despite crippling the empire into nothing. What a surprise! I mean, we could have got the Labour Party or the Tories, but I somehow the free market will fix itself. I think that might be the most British thing imaginable. Oh, the government in charge which absolutely collapsed everything and threw us into economic crisis. Give them another shot, please. Who wants to buy a railroad or Buckingham Palace? It worked the first time until it didn't. So it'll work the second time until it doesn't. Why, things are very peaceful at the moment, which is not ideal, as I want world tension at 25%, so I continue to fix my nation, which I need to do by doing prepare for the inevitable. If someone was to get the world a little bit spicy, I wouldn't be complaining. Right? If no one is going to spice the world up, I guess I'll have to do it myself by setting up a string of intricate alliances across the world. That that should do it. We've also gained a few options here to actually gain cores on a bunch of our land. Not that a lot of it is really worth it, but I guess I'll try and get a few of it done. Hello, Falkland Islands, you are now a core. So because of our series of intricate alliances across the world, I do feel like we may be caught up in a few global conflicts here. There are quite a few factions, though. I mean, we got, obviously, the Germans, who are just allied to the Swedes, and then we've got the French, Italian, Austrian, Polish, Portuguese faction. Where all this is gonna set off into something much larger, I don't know, but I am ready to get involved at a moment's notice. I won't lie, it does appear that the sausage is getting spicy. Yeah, China has joined the Reichspakt, along with Venezuela and Romania, so something's gotta kick off at some point, I hope. The sausage has gone spicy! Now, I feel like the Germans may have picked off, as usual, more than they can chew. So, I think I'm gonna give them a hand. Right, old chaps, I may not have been invited to this party, but that has done nothing but made me want to gatecrash the party very much so. Now I'm on the right side of history because Afghanistan is on my side. I guess no one really expected the British to bring back centuries-old traditions and storm Paris! The free city of Constantinople, okay. Sure. In you come! You know what? I know this is probably not the greatest of ideas, but I am bringing in the boys! Hold on a second. I feel like we may have become, once again, a bit too complacent in our position in the world. Capitulated the French, but now we're going to have to make a post-haste, very quick exit all the way to the New World. Okay, you're going to justify on me, so I'm going to justify on you and show you how it's done. Okay, yeah, the king died, and I am going to go with Albert, because as we know, Edward didn't do too well. I feel like we're already in a bit of a unstable position as we are right now in Europe. America, time for a quick game of Where Are Your Manners? No, Yugoslavia, I'm not in the mood to see you flex your muscles. I feel like I've already got quite a lot on my plate right now. Right, back in Europe, looks like the Germans have finally figured out warfare, I think. Still not looking too great for they're at war with Russia too. Didn't even realize that. Yeah, they've definitely bit off quite a bit there. But that's not my problem. I've just got to defeat the rest of the Italian alliance here. And as you can see, my allies are all coming in handy. Even Afghanistan's here, which is great. It means I can focus up on beating America, and we have almost done just that. A quick adventure into the Americas, bit of warfare, then we'll be home in time for tea and crumpets in second warfare over here. Hey, there we go. America disappeared. Hey, there you go. Happy to give every American viewer a heart attack there. Thought the war's over, boys, but I've got to promptly remind you that we are still in fact at war with all of Europe. I don't lie, the Germans are pulling something off, at least in Italy. Not too sure about the rest of their war, considering they haven't even met up with the Russians yet. But yeah, okay, so all of my allies have definitely turned up for the show, as you can probably easily tell. Sure, what's going on with these giant stacks of like armies? Where are they going? The British armoured divisions have reached the front line, where we will post-haste move to Madrid and get absolutely sloshed with the lads. Spanish people, I am here to stimulate your economy by buying your cheap liqueur and throwing up everywhere. Alright, so if we capitulate the Spanish and the Italians, that simply leaves the Austrians, who aren't alive, really, and then we will have ourselves peace in Europe, except for the Germans, who are definitely not at peace. Our leader dies. Now we've got a new one, just in time for my surprise attack on the Germans. Truly, never quite saw this one coming. We've got the Germans allied to the Chinese, so off we go here as well. All over the place at the moment, but there goes the Italians. Now I just need to finish off the Greeks in Europe, and we will have one peace conference in Europe. Well, that's a little unexpected surprise. The Russians declared war on me. At least we have one peace conference down, and it is probably the biggest one to deal with as well. Have an army over here in Europe. They were busy in China, which is almost dealt with. So I have a little bit of a force I used to capitulate Greece. So we're just gonna push from down here because now I'm at war with Yugoslavia because they joined the Russians. So yeah, goodbye Europe. Hello Europe. Another peace conference, this time with the Germans and the Chinese. I'm not too sure what to do really. Crashed the game to before there was a peace conference, so give me another minute, but this time I've activated player-led conferences. There you go. This time it did not crash. Right, once again we're gonna have to rush our army across the entire world. I am not gonna fight them in Siberia. Okay, we are taking one conga line through the Middle East and Africa right now to get to Europe. Now for the upteenth time, once again we are gonna have to conquer Europe. The front lines have been very much fluid this entire time. Been complete non-stop warfare now for a very long time. I have lost track of a lot of stuff, but once we collapse the Russian Empire, we shall be freer than the market. Yeah, thankfully I don't think the Russians are really home. There's not anything on the front lines. I don't know if they're just all hanging out over here in the Asian front, but that is not where I'd be, because that's not where I am. I mean, it says I have between 264 and 268 divisions, but where they are, who knows? But anything, the Russians have definitely been the easiest part of this war so far, although I get the feeling at this point my troops are definitely lean, mean, killing machines. I'm not even sure who the leader of Russia is, but it kind of looks like he belongs in that Harry Potter house, like does dancing in Goblet of Fire. I am very glad to see that all of my allies have taken up the Chinese front, though. It's a multi-ethnic fun time event, apparently. Actually, it's not that multi-ethnic, I guess. It's just a lot of, like, Afghanistan, Japanese, a few of my puppet, the Chinese, a few Canadians, a few Tibetan, you know, quite a few. Batman? Not even too sure I want to know what British Batman might be about. I don't know what it is, but there's just this one province over here that you just can't walk into, and you just sort of endlessly attack, but nothing ever happens. Oh, well, I think it's a bit too late for these now. I was about to nuke Russia in Vladivostok, but they must have seen it coming. Really couldn't be bothered to do anything too fancy there, so instead, I just painted the entire world red. That is definitely red. I feel like we've taken that whole imperialism thing to just a whole nother level. But there you go, that was Age of Imperialism. I've been playing for a very, very long time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, leave a like, hit the subscribe button down below, and check out the mod yourself. It's pretty interesting so far. I think I'm going to play a few more nations. I definitely want to give the French a go, I think. But until next time, my gravy timmies, adios, tip-top tally-ho, and you best hit the like button, or maybe the British will be coming for you too.